use the UPI example in other countries around the world. I think, the fact that you can, the way the COVID relief funds show up in an individual's accounts instantly, it's remarkable. With the scale of the market here, being able to find a solution, and in many cases in India, you can leapfrog and get to the next solution faster. So I think it'll be a big incentive for us to do it here.
At the growth rates of 6-7%, it's clear that by 2030, India will go from being number 5 to maybe number 3 as a global economy. When it comes to GitHub, and where we see all of the world's software developers, India is number 2 already. And in fact, when it comes to AI projects, interestingly enough, India is number 1.
One thing that India has that's pretty fantastic is you have a great digital network, and you have a very high percentage of people using smartphones. Now, we worked with the government. You've opened up the financial transactions also to feature phones, but an enabling factor is that the competitive private market activity has meant that the connectivity is very, very good, it's very reliable, it's the cheapest in the world. That same thing is going to happen with 5G in this country. There is no doubt. This will be the cheapest 5G market.
India will have probably the greatest growth rate, the fastest growth rate economically, have the greatest transformation.
I predict that the 21st century is going to be the Indian century. The dynamism, the energy. Everywhere I go here, I meet people who are interested in self-improvement and growth. This country has something special, and it's a democracy. This is going to be the Indian century.
India is going to be the fastest growing GDP in the world for the next decade and probably for 2. It's well within reach of the $5 trillion. Everything from startups to joint investments in manufacturing to semiconductors. This offers an opportunity for India to lead, and I think that India can and will lead.
People in India have always been the biggest asset, and access to capital is now available. And I think what's really inspiring is that these Indian startups are actually having as their growth the entire world. So their aspirations are not restricted to India. They're actually thinking about how they conquer the world. And as an Indian American, I mean, what could be more inspiring or a matter of pride than seeing what the Prime Minister is doing to really encourage startups, to really encourage investment in India. So, a huge supporter and fan of what the Prime Minister is doing.
India has an incredible role to play, not only within India, but also globally. I will simply say that India will bring scale to 5G. If we look off some of the statistics you just provided about is the number 2 market in data consumption and how fast, the 4G adoption, how fast Indian consumers adopt digital and mobile technology and payments and other things.